In this small, sun-baked village, where life moved slowly and dreams were often buried beneath the weight of survival, lived a quiet widow named Mama Nkechi. She had no husband, no children, no generator, no car, no farmland of her own. Just a small room, a broken stool, a clay water pot, and enough food to get through the day. By the village's standards, Mama Nkechi had very little. Yet, every morning, as the sky turned orange and the birds began to sing, she would step out into her compound with a calmness that felt holy. She'd sweep the sand until it was smooth, light her small fire, boil water, and prepare a modest meal. Sometimes beans, sometimes pap, sometimes nothing more than warm tea and roasted groundnuts. But before she took her first sip, she always closed her eyes and whispered, "Thank you, Lord, for this little. It is enough for today." Then she would sit under the mango tree in front of her home, humming soft hymns, smiling at the children walking to school, waving at the farmers heading to the bush, and calling out cheerful greetings to anyone who passed. "Good morning, my dear. May joy follow you today." Her peace was magnetic. Even those who had more, bigger homes, more food, newer clothes, often found themselves watching her, wondering how someone with so little could be so full of joy. One quiet evening, a young woman named Ada, who had returned from the city to visit her parents, sat beside Mama Nkechi under the tree. Ada had a degree, a job, a phone full of unanswered emails, and a restless heart. She hesitated for a moment, then asked, "Mama Nkechi, please, tell me, how do you stay so joyful? You live alone, you have almost nothing, and yet you look like someone who has everything. How is that possible?" Mama Nkechi chuckled softly, her eyes warm. She turned to Ada and said, "My daughter, I am not against success. I am not against dreaming big or building wealth. In fact, I pray you go far in life. But let me tell you something. I've learned that if you cannot find peace in the little you have, you may never find it in the plenty you are chasing. The world will always tell you that happiness is waiting in the next thing, in the next job, the next car, the next house. But true joy, the kind that lets you sleep well at night, that one comes from learning to see beauty in what's already in your hands. I may not have much, but I use it well. I give thanks. I laugh. I rest. I live. So, yes, strive for more. Build. Grow. Succeed. But don't forget how to smile while you wait. Peace is not what you find at the finish line. It's what you carry with you while you run. Ada was silent. The weight of the words settled in her chest like sunlight on skin. It was the kind of truth no book had ever taught her. Over time, people in the village began to change. They started to smile more, greet each other more warmly. They took time to sit, breathe, and notice the little joys. The way the sun rose behind the hills, the laughter of children playing with old tires, the quiet gift of another day. Farmers paused to eat under trees. Mothers told stories to their children again. Even Ada, now back in the city, kept a framed quote from Mama Nkechi on her desk. Let your peace grow while your dreams grow. They are both allowed. Mama Nkechi never left the village. She never built a mansion, but she changed lives. Not by what she had, but by how she lived. This story is not against wealth, ambition, or success. It doesn't ask you to settle or stop dreaming. It simply reminds you that contentment and growth are not enemies. You can chase your goals while still being deeply grateful for where you are. Because true happiness is not found in having it all, but in knowing that what you have now is already a gift, and learning to live fully inside that moment.